So these are the devices we're going to be talking about for people who have through prostate surgery. So I'm with Tori, who works at Passionfruit. She's a sexologist and super cool and amazing. So we want to find out what they recommend at Passionfruit when it comes to people who have gone through prostate cancer. So this is penis pump.
So this is a penis pump. This is the one we recommend as a starter pump. It's from Mojo. It's quite cheap compared to your medical grade pumps like Vacurect. It's a $50 pump, so it's a really good way to kind of test pumps, see if they work for you, and then if you are liking the experience, you are able to invest in a more complex and more tailored one for yourself. The reason we stay with the Mojo is the price point. It's a really good starting point. We really rave about pump therapies for post-prostatectomy patients because that it does have a really good success rate. However, we always give you a heads up. It's a bit of a boring, tedious process. It's not as fun and as quick as some people may imagine. So it is a rehabilitation. It is taking a lot of time to actually get from the start to the finish. It can take people months before they even see results. It can take people a few sessions before they see results. So everyone is really varying. So managing your expectations on it is really important. However, if you are somebody who has recently had a prostatectomy and you are really wanting to try that pump therapy, know that it is a very valuable thing to do, and it just takes a lot of time and a little bit of work. And it can be extremely beneficial if you want to kind of get back to where you may have been before, not entirely, but at least somewhere on that way to kind of having a normal sex life again that you have experienced.
So why would you recommend a manual one versus like an automatic or water one?
Well, when you're starting out, you're not really sure how your body's going to react to it. So what the things that you will want to kind of figure out is if you're going to have urine leakage. So an electric pump isn't actually going to work very well if you're going to have urine leakage because it can just short out the motor. The water-based ones, when you're using them in the shower and everything, it's really great for rehabilitation because you're able to kind of work the muscles and get the blood flow where you want it to go. You get a really good seal, so you're not ever getting any air leakage. However, if you're wanting to perform after doing that, you have to dry yourself off. And by the time you kind of get ready, you may have lost everything you've achieved. The great thing with the air pressure ones is that you lube them up. As soon as you've removed them, you're kind of ready to go if you have a partner waiting. So it just makes intimacy a little bit easier. However, the water ones are very valuable for people who are kind of pumping for rehabilitation as opposed to pumping for pleasure. You can still use these in a rehabilitation sense, which is really good. We normally recommend morning pump sessions are really good for rehabilitation because that's maybe potentially when you are naturally achieving an erection in the mornings, and it's just a great way to get those neuropathic pathways performing how they used to before and getting the body working again.
Yes. And for how long should they use it?
Well,
every day? Every
day. We normally say you will achieve potentially an erection between 10 to 20 minutes, and that's normally a healthy amount. Some people will maybe want to try pumping again, but most people were kind of trying to fit this into a lifestyle. So when they wake up in the morning, to pump for 10 minutes is really valuable to get that body working again. And then in the evening, they might want to pump to like a full healthy erection where they might be able to use that and then be able to perform with a partner. So it's about kind of just what you're pumping for as to how you want to do it. Some people are talking about pumping in terms of length and girth and changing on altering the body. We don't at Passionfruit ever enter into that conversation because it's really just not tested. We know people who are doing their PhDs on this subject in terms of prostatectomies, and that's a valuable research area with backing. So we are happy to kind of advise on that point. These are always really great when combined with a penis ring around the top of the pump, which when you're ready to remove the pump, you roll the ring off to secure the blood flow. I've just got an O-nut here that because I've lost my ring that I
just for demonstration.
So in demonstration,
so basically you put your penis ring over the penis pump. Once you have an erection, then you pull the ring onto the penis to help to maintain the erection.
The other thing with the pump sleeves. You can get different pump sleeves. This is the starter
Different
sleeve.
sizes.
Most people, I always say, you are able to remove the sleeve to pull yourself through, because you may not be able to get yourself through there in your natural state at the moment. And then you put the ring over the sleeve on the base, and then you roll the ring right on. I'll see if I can do it. Right over the edge of the base. That helps keep in the air pressure as well. And then the pumping is the hardest part. It's actually just a heartbeat like that every minute. You don't rush it. And even when you get into that higher 10-minute mark, if there's a great air pressure build up, you might only feel comfortable doing one pump. We're trying to get the blood to go where it naturally wants to go, to rehabilitate naturally. If we do it too fast, that blood is going to end up in areas it shouldn't be. You may get detachment of the skin from the muscles. Too much force, too much build up. It kind of doesn't know where to go, so it's not naturally occurring.
Yeah, good.
So slow and steady wins the race. The other thing we talk about with prostate cancer and erectile dysfunction, people who may have even had spinal injuries and have had biopsies of the groin where it's impacted their ability to achieve erection, is the hot octopus. Masturbation doesn't have to be solid. You can have flaccid masturbation, and the hot octopus is a really great tool for that. It has these little wings which you can kind of put around the member, and my hands are small, but if you have a bigger hand, you are able to apply tension through those wings to increase that pressure. And the vibrating pad is this circular motion in here. This is not just vibration, it's actually physically moving. If I turn it on, it's going to make a horrible sound, but we'll give it a shot. It's actually pushing up and really almost hitting. So the resonance of the toy is really deep. So it travels really deep into the groin and stimulates a lot deeper than your regular vibrations.
So what she's saying, it doesn't just vibrate, it actually moves, and the pulsation goes deep into the body. So that's why it helps with the rehabilitation and creating more neural pathways to support getting erection.
Yes. And also just a lot of pleasure in this, because it will sit around the frenulum, the top of this as well, so the most sensitive part, and it's really lovely and stimulating. It can be quite intense for a lot of people who've never explored vibration before, but it's definitely worth working on. The great thing with this one as well, that if you were to put that over yourself, you also have a surface for your partner to grind on as well, so there can still be a kind of body-to-body intimacy that is achieved without that penetration, but it's still closeness and being together again.
That's
so
great.
These are really great for that. The Manta from Fun Factory, which I don't have on hand of me, but we could quickly Google that one. That is another great option, but it does tend to work for people who can achieve a slight erection or a little bit of a change. With softness, it doesn't always hold as well, and that also offers a grinding surface for a partner as well.
Yeah. So once again, to repeat, the hot octopus can be used for pleasure, so anybody with a penis can use it. It can be used for people who are wanting rehabilitation, people who've gone through prostate cancer surgery, chemo, who are feeling that their erection has been affected. It can also be and has been recommended for people with disabilities who have difficulties with erection, who just want to experience pleasure or erection on their penis. So hot octopus is definitely one of the devices that always comes up, so we are showing it to you today. Just now we talked about the penis pump and why we recommend the manual one for people who want to have a penis rehabilitation. And yeah, so I'm at Passionfruit, Melbourne, Australia, and I'm with the fabulous Tori. We just created other videos, so be sure to check it out. One is on lubricants and one is on devices that we recommend for people with vaginismus.